Yo, 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 welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. I hope you're enjoying your hump day. It's a nice hump day in the Mid-South. It's still a little chilly, but I think it's going to warm up a little bit. I should probably check the weather if I'm going to talk about the weather, but just my observation.
Yeah, I mean, you
from
can tell if
being
it's chilly
outside,
or not. Yeah, right, exactly.
It was a little nipply.
That's right.
But man, let me tell you something. It's a beautiful day, ain't it?
Fine day.
Woo, it's a beautiful day. And you know what else makes it such a beautiful day today, Jay?
What is that, John?
Did you know that hoops are already on right now?
Oh, Hoop City.
We've got basketball because it feels so right.
Again,
already
John, that
on.
doesn't rhyme. That doesn't rhyme there.
No, but it's the beautiful way that I sing.
That is right. It's a beautiful voice you have there.
It's basketball. What do you want me to say?
Do you think one day we could put together, do a regular sports radio show, but all in song, like a musical sports radio show? It would take some high degree of difficulty.
If I could sing, I would probably be
on Broadway.
I don't think so, Chief.
Oh, if you could sing, you wouldn't be on Broadway?
No, dude, I would have been at the halftime show. You know what I'm saying?
You would want to be a pop singer, not a Broadway singer. I'd be a Broadway singer. I'd be a Broadway singer. Because you can project your lines, and then you break into song randomly,
So can you dance?
Oh, I do a mean jig.
Play Back It Up.
That's not any music.
Back it up. Yeah. Show me what you got.
I don't think we perform that on Broadway.
What about Shake It Like a Salt, shake it like a salt? I can't even say it.
I don't think that would be one we perform on Broadway. But we could.
By the way, you know what's so interesting that you brought up music?
Really? Why?
Because I was thinking to myself, I don't know how you feel about this, but I was looking at Russell Wilson, the whole trade situation. We got to talk a lot of quarterback carouseling.
Did we break that yesterday, or that came on after we were
that was
off?
After, bro. So they let Aaron Rodgers have a little morning action because Aaron Rodgers loves to read about himself. He's even, I'm definitely coming back to Green Bay, but the contract is not completely done. Those reports are false. He loves to tell everybody they're wrong. He's right. He's Aaron Rodgers in the man bun doing, what is it? Pikachu, whatever you call that.
Pikachu,
yeah.
Pikachu.
Doing all that, what is it, Charizard?
Yeah, Charizard. Squirtle. That's something else.
Well,
I think.
I was going to say, I didn't know if that was a Pokemon, but dadgummit. There's some things that back to the quarterback stuff. We're going to talk about the quarterback landscape. We are going to rank the best quarterbacks in the AFC. We're going to rank the best quarterbacks in the NFC list, brother.
That was a raging debate this morning on First Take with Stephen A. and it's Mad Dog Day.
Is it Mad Dog Day? How do you watch this stuff?
I record it every morning, but I also watched it before I went on with Dave earlier. Mad Dog fell out of his...
Wait, what time does it start?
It starts at 9 a.m.
Oh.
So I get an hour of Mad Dog. He fell out of his chair in the middle of an argument, then screamed at the chair while also screaming at Stephen A. At one point, he kicked the air. It was great. It's been a great morning. Oh. And I've got some Mad Dog sound for you later, too, John.
Oh, a little Mad Dog sound. We're going to talk a lot about some quarterback situations. But speaking of the music and the quarterbacks, I want to ask you this. Now, in Russell Wilson's first few years in Seattle, do you remember he beat out Matt Flynn in training camp? He got the starting gig before the 2012 season. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember how talented that football team was?
Oh, one of the most talented.
Do you believe he was surrounded by more talent than Tito Jackson? Because I definitely do.
Are you implying that Tito was not one of the most talented in the Jackson 5?
I will say Tito and LaToya, they're left playing Soul Train while Michael and Janet went on to win Grammys, bro.
Well, but it could just be Tito had other interests.
No.
Seems like you're disparaging Tito.
And LaToya also did some
LaToya did some fine work after the Jacksons.
I was going to say she also did a little bit. She stuck her pinky toe into the adult film, didn't she? Was that her?
You know what? Maybe. I'm on
No,
it.
look that up. It not like flicks, but more like Skinamax.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
She was okay. So she was in Playboy. Departure from the Jackson family and Playboy.
Oh, it was just Playboy?
Is an entire section. Is an entire section of her Wikipedia page. She also had a reality television series on the Oprah Winfrey Network. The Oprah Winfrey Network called Life with LaToya.
Nice.
Anyway.
Nice. But my question here is Russell Wilson, is he more like, listen, I understand it's a good bet to go ahead and break the bank with a superior, unbelievable, great quarterback. The premier, the creme de la creme. you break the bank for.
Top shelf.
But Russell Wilson, my question is he creme de la creme, or again, is he Tito and LaToya?
Wow.
Because Aaron Rodgers, we know, is Michael Jackson.
But Russell Wilson might be Tito Jackson.
I kind of feel like he's a little bit
wow.
more Tito
that is a
than
super,
Michael.
That to me, I don't, it takes a lot to follow along what's going on here. You have to know who Tito Jackson is. You have to know about the Jacksons. But the take you just gave, that's hot. That is a hot one right there. Is Russell Wilson Tito Jackson? Ask the texters. Is Russell Wilson Tito Jackson?
901-360-8255. That's 901-360-8255. Because guess what? With a really good quarterback, you can win a lot of Super Bowls when when you have supreme talent around you. Listen, the NFC, Seattle Seahawks back in the day from 2012 till 2017 were a powerhouse. You had to, you had to recognize, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
He was on his rookie deal. 2016, he was on his rookie deal. So guess what? They got to spend a lot more money on a lot more players. And again, he's surrounded by a lot of talent. Well, he is going to Denver, who is surrounded by a lot of talent. My question, though, is in 2 years, is Denver going to break the bank? Because it looks like $50 million is the new mark. Do you think Russell Wilson is going to go for anything other? The fact that he's been in 2 Super Bowls, he won one, should have won the second, bad call, but he did throw the interception. I'm just saying, last year you look at him, 6-8 while he was on the field.
But they were always in those games. I mean, no one covers spreads like Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson does not get beat by more than a touchdown, John. I feel like that's a fact we can both agree on, don't you think?
I think we can, but I would also.
But he also isn't winning all those games, as evident of last season, like you just mentioned.
Who, and again, to the AutoZone text and listener line, not only is Russell Wilson Tito Jackson, and is Aaron Rodgers more Michael Jackson, but the problem is Aaron Rodgers has the same number of Super Bowls, and you know what? He has the same number of Super Bowl appearances as Rex Grossman and Matt Ryan. Now, both of them lost. Fair. But he also has one Super Bowl win, just like Trent Dilfer, just like Jeff Hostetler, just like Brad Johnson. So what I'm saying is,
Rich
if you
Gannon.
have supreme, he went to a Super Bowl. He didn't win.
Oh, he lost. Right, Rich Gannon lost.
They lost that one to Brad Johnson, Tampa Bay. So what I'm saying is you can have a superior, talented team. You put in a very good quarterback, he can take you over the top. But if you break the bank on a super, super top flight talent, I get it with Aaron Rodgers. I get it with the creme de la creme. I get it with Patrick Mahomes. I get it with Josh Allen. But is Russell Wilson in that rarefied air? Again, those teams in Seattle were uber talented, rookie deal. What happened when they paid Russell Wilson?
Losing.
Let's see. No, really. Have they gotten, since he got his big fat check, how many Super Bowls you seen him in?
But you also have to note the decline in their defense, which was one of the best
because
defensive
they couldn't pay for it. They just got rid of also Bobby Wagner today.
Right. Right. So I mean, it is a good point by you that it's hard to win football games when you pay big money to just one position. Most of the time, it's quarterback. But also, is it fair to put that on Russell Wilson that the rest of the team declined at all these other positions too?
No. It absolutely is, because you could pay other people to come in and fill those positions of decline, but you can't pay them when you're paying Russell Wilson the amount of money. Ask Dallas right now. They're looking at getting rid of Amari Cooper because they got too much money locked in Dak and Zeke. I'm just saying, if you look at the situations,
can't win with pay money back.
Just want to know.
That wasn't a sentence that I said.
No. I just want to know this. Russell Wilson going to Denver makes them a legitimate Super Bowl contender. But is it because
Does it really?
You don't think so?
I'm asking. I don't know. You would know better than me. But they just fired Vic Fangio. So in my experience, you don't usually fire a guy if you think you have all this talent, and it's a brand new regime coming in. I understand you bring in Russell Wilson. It's a new situation with a quarterback, but teams that are Super Bowl contenders, I don't think fire their coaches like that. But John, again, you would know better than me. You can assess the talent of that team far better than I can. I'm a hoops guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to tell you right now, Denver's,
but you know what I mean. I mean, they just fired Vic Fangio. That's the only reason why I'm a little bit Is Denver really this Super Bowl contender, even with just Russell Wilson?
Well, can I ask you, do you like Vegas? Do you believe in Vegas?
Yeah, I love Vegas. It's a great place to gamble. I mean, they have women in skimpy outfits a lot of places too. So yes, I love Vegas.
Well, you know that the Denver Broncos just became the Broncos are now the number 3 favorite after acquiring Russell Wilson, according to the betting odds. The only teams in front of them are 2 teams, and that is the Buffalo Bills at plus 750 and the Kansas City Chiefs plus 750. Woo-wee!
So they are. So you do think that with Russell?
I'm just
Wilson,
saying. I mean, you're taking Drew Lock out.
No, they're certainly better. But so they were just a quarterback away, is what you're saying?
We're gonna find out. They got a good defense. They got playmakers. They did have to get rid of
Fangs
Noah Fant.
and they got rid of Fangs.
Yeah, and they also had to get rid of a couple first-round draft picks. I mean, it was a heck of a haul. I have to give Seattle. They're definitely in
haul.
rebuild mode. They are definitely in rebuild mode. I mean, but that was a fat thing that they had to give up, and the reason Denver gave up 2 number 1s, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and there was one other starter they got rid of. I can't remember. There was 5 of them, and my brain's not working.
I'll look
Sorry,
it up.
it happens. I mean, there was 5 total pieces, 3 starters and 2 picks. But now, listen, the thing that I'm trying to get at, AutoZone text and listener line, hit me up. Let me know, is R-Dub Tito Jackson? And if you didn't hear earlier, well, you should be able to figure it out.
That was just a short time ago, yeah.
That was just a short time
It really
ago.
was, John. Well, I have an interesting question for you then. So Tito, you've said, is Russell Wilson, and Michael is Aaron Rodgers. So who is Jermaine Jackson? I would say Jermaine is plays second fiddle to Michael. Don't you think?
No,
Jermaine
it
is
was Janet.
second.
No, Janet was number 2. Janet won Grammy.
But Janet wasn't in the Jackson 5. You just thinking the
She
you're
was
thinking
part-
the Jackson
you know what?
family.
That is a really good point. Janet wasn't really out there, was she?
No, she always had a little solo action going on.
Yeah.
But who's Janet then? Who's Janet?
Janet's number 2 in the family when it comes to talent.
So who's the quarterback that's number 2 to Aaron Rodgers? Patrick Mahomes. So Patrick Mahomes is Janet Jackson.
Dude, there's a lot of good quarterbacks.
Who is Josh Allen? Josh Allen might be Jermaine Jackson. And Russell Wilson's Tito.
Yeah, or Latoya.
Or Latoya.
Yeah.
Is Justin Herbert anybody? Is Justin Herbert a member of who's Dak? Who's Dak play?
Dak right now, I hate to say it, he's not getting in the Jackson 5
He's
right
not
now.
even in. He's not even a
you
Jackson.
think
He's
not
a
even-
wannabe Jackson.
Nah, he's not in the Jacksons right now.
Wow.
Well, you know what? R-Dub can be Latoya.
Okay.
Dak can be. No, we know.
No,
R-Dub
R-Dub is
gets
Tito,
Tito,
yeah.
and Dak can be Latoya.
Okay.
You know?
I'm down with that.
That
think
kind
it's
of
a good
works
one.
for me.
Yeah, me
But
too.
anyway, we're talking quarterbacks, and again, we also have tons of basketball going on.
Yeah.
We have day basketball going on right
Dayball.
this second. Do you like day? Oh, not Brian Dayball.
Day ball.
By the way, speaking of
Day
Brian
Bow
Dayball, they're making a nice run at Mitch Trubisky. We got a lot of quarterback news to get into. By the way, Deshaun Watson, civil, and huge Friday for Deshaun Watson. I don't know if you know this. I talked to my kinfolk, Rusty Harden. I was like, yo, what's up, Russ? He's like, listen, we got a civil and a criminal case going on Friday. In fact, I think it's 8 women are going to be
Rusty Harden.
testifying
Rusty-
at the criminal case.
Rusty Harden sounds a lot like Mad Dog Russo.
Yes, he does. He does. But hey, that's my
No, that's what he sounds
that's-
like. Keep it. No,
that's my
that's what he's
kinfolk.
going to sound like from now on. I agree.
Oh, wow.
So
A lot
you
of
talked
stuff-
to Rusty. What did Rusty say?
He just basically said he will not let his client under any circumstances. Period. End of discussion. He ain't gonna have him like my man Deshaun Watson will not be saying anything but I plead the fifth in fear of self-incriminating.
It's a heck of a play.
Self-incrimination.
That was a play used in the first episode of the new Law and Order season. How about that?
Was it really?
Isn't that crazy? What small world. You know, Law and Order says they don't take cases from real life, but it sometimes might mirror reality. I think this is a case right here of Law and Order mirroring the Deshaun Watson case.
Yes, it is. There's such a great mirror. But again,
Huge mirror.
Rusty Harden's exact words to me.
Black
I'm not
mirror.
going to let him answer questions from anybody before that grand jury has made its decision. There's not a lawyer in the country that would. And what I'm trying to say again is you have, of course, the 22 civil proceedings. They're going to start that process on Friday where Deshaun Watson will be disposed to have questions asked to him. He's just going to plead the fifth. At the same time, you're going to have women on the other side of it, over on the criminal side, and they're going to go Guess who they're going to talk to? The grand jury. And I don't know if you know about this. Do you know Texas law, buddy?
I don't know Texas law.
Here's
John.
my mad
Do you
proud.
know Texas law,
Of course
John?
I know Texas law. So under what is called the return. So the grand jury process does not require a unanimous vote in Texas. So 12 jury members do not have to come back and say, yes, move forward. It's actually called a true vote. Only 9 of the 12 grand jurors need to return with what is known as the true bill under Texas law. So if they come out, and that means the criminal proceedings can go forward. So Friday, we're going to find out if D-Dub is out for at least another year, or if there's a chance that he can sneak his way back up in this John. I've already made my prognostication. I looked into my crystal ball.
Well, and you have such a great understanding of Texas law, you can kind of see
I know.
where it's going to go.
It's almost unfair, isn't it?
I mean, I don't think there's someone in sports media across the country that has a better handle of Texas law than John Harden. Here at Sports 56,
I just have to
98.5
say,
FM.
I agree with you, and I appreciate you.
I noticed things about you, John. I just have to tout your greatness.
Thank you. By the way,
welcome.
we have Idaho and Sacramento State on right now in the Big Sky.
Transition.
Sacramento State 31, Idaho 22. I got Sacramento minus State minus 2.5. Syracuse is playing Florida State. Syracuse is up 19-10
I got to turn these games on.
Florida State. How insane is that one right there?
Well, I mean, it's an early game, and no one knows more about winning, John, than Jim Boeheim. Well, some people might, but there's few people that know more about winning than Jim Boeheim.
You know that Florida State was a 2-point favorite?
Is that right?
Yeah, do you think FSU can come back and win this, John, or are they going to be screwed? Because I'm looking at what we call gambling during the show.
John, you know what? I think they maybe can come back and win the game.
You really do?
I mean, do they have a chance to? Absolutely. That's why they play them. That's why they play the games.
That's why they
John.
play the games. No. I'm asking
You're asking
literally.
me if I think they will.
Because
I have no idea how to answer that question.
Nobody out there right now listening is Calvin Ridley. We're not playing in the National Football League.
That's right.
We can go online and gamble anytime. So in-line betting currently right now, Florida State is getting 4.5 against Syracuse. To win the game is plus 170. What saith Jay the Great One?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, you better start watching that dead gum game because I'm about to rock and fire today.
Let's see
In fact,
what Greg says.
we're doing real betting all day long,
That's a
all
great
day
idea.
strong. So keep your app handy.
Which we knew, John, the whole time because we had our pre-show meeting this morning. We knew we were going to gamble the whole show
I
today.
love gambling.
We
I
had
love
talked
it.
about it already. And I, for one, thought back then and continue to think that's a great idea. We should do that the whole show.
Oh, also had to say something. I don't know if you know who. Do you know what the MEAC is?
Greg Peterson, by the way, thinks had Syracuse as 2.5-point favorites.
Ooh.
So that would be the line that I'm watching in terms of playing that game.
By the way, are you familiar with the MEAC?
The yes, but I don't know what it stands for. Metro Eastern Atlantic Conference. I knew it.
It's the Mid-Eastern Atlantic Conference, I think.
Whatever, John.
Did you say Metro?
Oh, so they play in the Middle East?
No,
That's
wait,
ridiculous,
my point
John.
is,
They don't play
I call it the
they don't play in
Mid-North.
Iraq.
Do you know what the Mid-North is? You should
Right
know.
above Iraq.
No,
Because that's the Mid-East.
No. Oh, that's a good point. That
And
is
so
a
the
good point.
Mid-North.
No, but Delaware State, the Lady Hornets, and the Howard Bison are playing right now. It's a women's basketball game, and it's in the MEAC.
Are we betting on this one too?
No, I'm not betting on this, but do you want to know what the first half score is?
What's the score?
12-3.
Wow. A barn burner.
It's a barn burner.
Well, John, defense ramps up when you get into playoff basketball.
Yes, it does. It is fascinating to think to yourself that Delaware State, they're 1 for 1 from the free throw line.
Fine program.
And Miss Miller is 1 for 1 also on her field goal attempts. Everybody else, it's an offer. That is nasty. But we're going to do a lot of inline betting. We need to get to the leadoff real quick.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. Don't you have one question for me today?
So many good questions today.
That's what I thought. But you know who who can answer all the questions out there?
Who?
My friend Bob Simpson. If you have any questions about your auto, home, life, business, whatever's going on in your life, things that matter to you, your family, your child's future, your future, you need to go get a free quote at bobsimpson.org or call my buddy, Bob Simpson. He's a State Farm insurance agent, and he can buckle you up with auto insurance. He can back you and your family's life up with life insurance. Make sure you're healthy with health insurance. And, of course, don't forget, it doesn't matter if you're renting your home or if you own a home, make sure you have insurance on them. If you go out of town, be insured. And nobody's going to give you a better rate. Not even the Rogers rate or the Patrick Price is better than what Bob Simpson at State Farm can give you. So stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson. Call him at 901-381-1233. That's 901-381-1233. Again, like a good neighbor, Bob Simpson is there. I'm in the box.
Syracuse is dominating this basketball game right now.
Well,
Since I've just turned it on, they've had 3 turnovers and scored in fast breaks on all of them. I believe they're on like a 15-2 run. It's 25-10. So do I think that Florida State will make a run of their own? Yes, I think this would be the time to place that bet when they're down 15. What's the live line at right now?
I'm pulling up the live line as we speak.
These aren't
sir.
the questions, but I feel like
Florida State plus 8.5. They're down 15.
Yeah, I wouldn't you think that the game would be closer than an 8.5 point spread? It's
One thing about that deadgum Jimmy Boeheim defense, they play that zone. You got to be able to hit them threes, man. You got to be able to shoot from outside.
Yeah, but on the counterpoint of that is if Florida State starts forcing a couple turnovers, it's really easy to score in transition against Syracuse because it's hard to get back and play defense when you play that zone. So I do think 17-2 run is what Syracuse is on. Anyway, John.
Hey, I'm taking plus 7.5. It went down a point. I got Florida State plus 7.5. We rocked. We fired. Let's go, Florida State Seminoles.
So did mine. That's a shame. I had it at 9 a minute ago. Anyway, John.
I know I'm a sad man.
Let's talk some NBA here for a second. The Grizzlies beat the Pelicans last night, John. I don't know why my voice cracked while I said that, but they did nonetheless.
It's called puberty.
Without Brandon Ingram in the lineup, but it doesn't matter. Team sick.
Hold on.
Out.
Did they just drop? Like, are you 13?
My testicles?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they just dropped.
I'm so happy you made it.
Well,
You're
John,
in manhood?
Well, no, John, I go in and out, like sometimes, when it gets really cold or you're your testicles ascend, go back up in your body.
And it's a beautiful day outside.
And you can't find them for a while. Well, it's warm and fuzzy outside today, so they drop. Anyway, John, the Grizzlies played the Pelicans last night. Brandon Ingram didn't play, but that doesn't matter. The Grizzlies still stormed to a good victory, John. What was your biggest takeaway last night from the Grizzlies? Or was it, let's just say the NBA in general? Did you have did your eyes go somewhere else and you took away something from a different game?
I would say draining that logo 3 to beat the clock was something that I remember the most. Ja.
The logo 3.
What do you think?
Oh, sure. Why
What
not?
about his 24 points, 8 boards, and 8 assists?
What about Kyrie Irving scoring 50? Did you like that a little bit more?
Yes, and by the way,
what about Darius Garland scoring 41?
In all honesty, this is going to blow your mind. And I mean blow your mind. Did you know Kyrie, who went off, became only the 3rd player in NBA history to score 50 points on fewer than 20 field goals? He was 15 for 19 from the field, 9 for 12 from downtown for a 50-burger.
I'll tell you what, John. I'll tell you what here. I mean, the road home splits for Kyrie Irving this year are crazy.
I know. He doesn't
have
even
you seen
score
those?
at home. Yeah,
he doesn't even score at home.
He doesn't do anything at
He
home.
doesn't do anything at home. I mean, the splits are remarkable. It's
By the
incredible.
way, speaking of splits,
Yeah?
you know what
Banana?
happens tomorrow night? Between today and tomorrow, the splits are. Do you know what's going on tomorrow night?
Gymnastics.
Dude, we're talking about Kyrie.
Yeah, but you said the splits. Speaking
No.
of splits.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm just talking about, man, Ben Simmons' head's going to split.
Oh, that's
wide
the Sixers.
open.
No. I already wrote that down
He's
for tomorrow.
going
We
back
can't
to
talk about that
Philadelphia.
today.
You know he won't eat a cheesesteak because he's too freaked out.
No, John, we can't talk about that today. That's my story for tomorrow. That's my questions for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, you brought up Kyrie. I told you Ja is awesome. The Grizzlies won 132-111. And I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but T-Money and Brasky put out their hardcore play yesterday. And it was the Grizzlies. And guess what?
What?
The Grizzlies covered.
Wow.
Grizzlies were only -8 when that thing tipped. That looked like too easy of money.
20-point win almost. John, one more thing. This isn't really a question.
21-point win?
21 win. 21
Okay,
win.
I was like almost at 20. It was 21.
But
Your
it's
math
still,
skills are
no,
trash.
it was still almost 20, John. It was 1 point away from being a 20-point win.
Oh, you know what? You're a genius.
Thank you, John. Last thing, this isn't a question. I just had to say it before break. Did you learn? I learned yesterday, maybe with a lot of other people, unless you knew this. You do know a lot. Do you know who the GM of the Denver Broncos is?
Oh, my God.
Don't
yes.
look it up if you don't know. It's
I
fine.
do know his name, and I can't remember it
It's
off the
George Patton.
That's I knew
Like
it.
the general. How about that? I mean, for George
That's gonna
Patton,
drive me
I mean,
crazy.
think about all
Why
the,
couldn't you just say George and give me his first name? Because then it would have been easy.
But think about the parallels between football and war. I mean, I don't know about you, John, but it seems to me that there is no
I hate
name
to say this,
I
but
want more than George Patton running my football
it looks
team.
like Patton. I don't know if you know this.
General George Patton.
But do you know how he pronounces his name?
Patone.
Peyton.
It's George Payton. Well,
I mean,
it's
they call
spelled
him Peyton.
P-A-T-O-N.
It's spelled, hey, listen, I had a long trouble with this because they introduced him, and they're like, George Payton, George Payton, George Payton. And then I look it up, and I'm reading George Patton.
Sounds like George Patton to me, John. You don't get to
No,
choose how your name is pronounced, John. It's like all the people with the last name Wiener that like to say it's Weiner. No. Your name is Wiener. Remember the old...
Anthony Weiner?
Well, he pronounced it Anthony Weiner,
Okay.
though. Some people say Weiner. Who was the old... what was this? John Boehner. Remember John Boehner? What did he do?
I don't know.
He did something in politics.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about John Boehner.
But his name is Boner. It's not Boehner. It's pronounced Boner. Okay, I don't play this game where we get to choose how our names are pronounced if they have funny pronunciations. This guy's name is George Patton. If you have the last name Wiener, it's Wiener. And John Boehner, your last name is Boner. I'm sorry.
What did he do?
He was like Speaker of the House, right? Or,
Was he? I can't remember.
or he did something in politics. I don't know. I'm not a politics guy.
Interesting.
Anyway, it's 27-16 at the under 8
I
media
know some
timeout,
people in
Syracuse, Florida
politics.
State. Do you really?
Yeah, I mean, I know him personally, but
And you know
we
all
do
about
have a guy named President Biden.
And you know all about Texas law.
Oh, I know Texas law. I know Anthony Blinken.
Blinken.
Any more sports stories before we? Oh man, I got to take a break.
Yeah,
Did you
you
know
really
that?
do. Yeah, you really do.
You need to also take a pill. But you know what? I can tell you're a little freaked out today. So listen, don't freak out. Jay's a little crazy. If life gets you a little stressed, go grab your stress relief. Get you some Tito's handmade vodka. As I like to say, when life hands me lemons, I just make a lemon drop. I make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. We got Florida State right now plus 7.5. What are they down by?
11.
Come on, Seminoles. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world at sports56whbq.com or on the Sports 56 app.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
Hi, everyone. Greg Gaston for FanDuel. It's Conference Championship Week in college basketball, and FanDuel Sportsbook is an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can place their first college basketball bet risk-free, and if you don't win, you'll get up to $1,000 back. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. The app is so easy to use. They're always hooking you up with great odds. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and sign up with promo code GASMAN to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. That's promo code GASMAN. Must be 21 or over and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call Tennessee Redline at 1-800-889-9789.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion. First with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Memphis's only Top Golf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen Small Bites. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Chair like he's just sitting there. Once I almost saw him make his move. Brave Indian who never changes his mood. In a painting on the wall right there. Oh, how long till the morning?
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house, and we got basketball wall to wall all day long, all day strong. Basketball now, basketball all night. Opportunities to play games, opportunities to gamble, opportunities to get down. But I do have to say, since we left the air, we did a little online gambling. We took Florida State plus 7.5.
I also took them. They were plus 10.5 in the first half, but I also took that. Syracuse is dominating this basketball game.
Buddy Boeheim is about to drive me bananas.
He just had a tough, but I mean, these guys are dominating this basketball game right now.
Ryan, nobody. Raekwon, he can't hit a three. Mills can't hit nothing. Give me a little help here. Come on, Florida State. Are you going to show up?
Yeah, do something. Speaking of doing things live on the air, John, the other day, I was listening to Christopher Mad Dog Russo, as I do sometimes on my drive home, sometimes on demand. But nonetheless, he comes on the radio. Big score right there by Florida
Caleb
State.
Mills.
Big one. But Mad Dog Russo comes on the air, John, and the other day, this happened to us as well, not with Calvin Ridley, but the Calvin Ridley news broke live on Christopher Mad Dog Russo's airwaves the other day, because I guess it is his channel, and his reaction to it was kind of funny. Can I play it for you?
Play it for me, man. It's a segue.
The NFL that is in bed with the gambling industry. In bed. Anything to make more money. That's all they care about. Anything. Make an extra buck. They got Mariucci doing commercials, for crying out loud. Don't bet more than you can. It works the NFL Network. My God. Yet Ridley gets thrown out of the league for a year. Come on, Raj, huh, please? Don't be a phony.
Raj.
Don't be a phony. At least acknowledge the fact, you know what, it's hard for us to throw Ridley out for a year when we make a fortune with gambling places. That's a little rough. You got to be fair. And if you think that Roger doesn't put a couple of bucks down once in a while, you think again. You think, well, hold on now. If that's the case, why don't we eliminate all the boxes at the Super Bowl? Everybody plays one of those dopey boxes. That's gambling. Yeah, it's a game of chance. That's gambling. You don't think Roger with his $45 million house in Maine doesn't go up there, well, he's not there, but, somewhere along the line, Raj doesn't have a relative. If you think that, you are smoking. He's got more boxes than you can shake a stick at.
He's got more boxes you can take a shit. He accused Roger Goodell of gambling on games, for one. Said he's got more boxes than you can shake a stick at. He kind of ran out of breath there at the end. And then he also had the...
My God!
Which is a great soundbite right there.
That is not
My
bad.
God!
I do like that one.
That was good stuff.
By the way, my God, what is Florida State doing?
They're down 12.
Did they just score, 32-20?
32-20. They have the ball now. Ball's in the corner. I can't do that live.
All
That's
right,
going to be
please
a breach
don't.
of
You're a
something.
horrible person.
Whoa,
I don't need this
that
from you
was
right
mean,
now. No,
John.
you're not a horrible person. I'm just kidding. You're a great person. But
that's
no. We have to talk right now. We're going to get into gambling today. We got Hardenwood stories. We got a Kodak Black story. Macy Gray's upset with LeBron James.
Kodak Black story.
Yeah, dude, he's all up in there. You know what he's trying to get all up in? Kim Kardashian's business.
Oh, and her DMs.
Dude, he's not DMing. He's putting it out there on the public. We'll talk about that. Kevin Stefanski. Do you feel this way? If you look at
Former coach of the year.
have you looked at how deep the AFC is now?
Oh, it's very deep.
I mean, I'm dead serious when I say this.
No, I agree.
The AFC, you have the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen.
Which nobody circles the wagons like.
You've got Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, Joe Burrow and the Bengals. You've got, well, let's say Ryan Tannehill and that really good team in Tennessee Titans. Now you have Russell Wilson in Denver. You have Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. You got Justin Herbert in the Chargers. And hey, that Raiders team was not bad last year, even with all the situation that the AFC is stocked, locked, and loaded. I didn't even mention the Patriots.
Pats, Mac Jones. Is he hip?
No, but Bill Belichick's a good coach.
That's right.
He's definitely not a hip guy.
Oh, you don't think Mac is hip?
No, he's not, but the AFC is a beast. The AFC is an absolute beast. Now,
should we rank
Kevin
those quarterbacks?
Stefanski, no, but we're about to. But I want to ask you this: does Kevin Stefanski go from Coach of the Year to a down year last year to next year? Is he fired?
Yeah, does he even go 500? I don't know if he gets fired next year. He was just Coach of the Year, but
not this year. It was last year.
Because it seems
It's
like
a what have you done for me lately? If he
Yeah.
has 2 bad years back to back, even after being a Coach of the Year, cut that man.
Well, who do they cut the cord on first? Is it him or Baker Mayfield?
I could see a I could see it as like a little
double-edged sword.
Doing
you
it
go,
both.
You get him once going. You get Stefanski when you go right to left, and then as you swing back left to right, you also cut Baker Mayfield off. So it's like a one foul swoop type Zorro, if you will. You remember
Right.
Zorro? John, he had the sword. He would carve the Z into trees and stuff.
Did he ride the horse Tonto?
No, Tonto was his Native American sidekick.
What was the horse's name?
I don't remember. I'll look it up.
I think he had a sidekick.
No, the Lone Ranger was Tonto. Tonto was in the Lone Ranger,
Oh,
right?
the Lone Ranger. All right, man. Now I'm so confused. I don't watch old TV like you do. But will you leave will you get out of the TV reference? I'm
My
trying
bad,
to tell you
Johnny.
about these unbelievable NFL lines. Like we got all kinds of stuff going on in the National Football League. Again, you have Giants. Did you know that they say that they're going to make a run on Mitch Trubisky?
Come on.
Do you think
Let Dan
that's a great
Jones
thing?
go after it.
I don't know.
You got
man.
Dayball now, not daytime college basketball. Dayball is in the coach, and he's John. Is Dayball or is he not a quarterback whisperer? And you just don't want him to get his hands all over.
Well, he had Mitch last year in Buffalo,
And
so
he
must
whispered to him already.
He must believe in a little Mitchell.
Or maybe he just likes the whispers he said to him in terms of backup quarterback status.
Maybe.
But he wants to whisper in Dan Jones's ear now, and maybe his whisper some sweet nothings in there, mold a quarterback, that kind of thing. Because remember his first year, John, people say this all the time. Josh Allen's first year, he was terrible. Then Dayball gets a little whispers in his ear, and now he's great.
I like it.
Where does he rank in your top AFC quarterbacks,
Are
Josh
you talking
Allen?
about Josh Allen? I can go ahead and give it to you right now.
Yeah, John, give it to
I
me.
will give you the quarterback ratings right now.
Are you going 1 to 5 or 5 to 1? You got to go 5 to 1. You can't.
No, you 5 to 1.
You have to. Yeah,
But
1
everybody will know who's number 1 then, because everybody.
Not until you say number 2.
No, basic, dude. You get number 4, and you're gonna know the top 3.
Unless you have a hot take.
Man, I'm starting off on the very top. And
Okay,
it's really
dude,
simple. I'm just
do your
going
thing,
number
John.
1. Is there anybody right now better than Patrick Mahomes? I know that he had a bad second half against the Buffalo Bills. I know about that. They still pulled. I mean, he had a bad second half. I'm sorry, against the Cincinnati Bengals. The miracle was against Josh Allen's Buffalo Bills. But no, bad second half against the Cincinnati Bengals. He really did. Joe Burrow got the job done. But is there anybody that has better arm talent right now than Patrick? Do you believe that for real?
Maybe Aaron Rodgers.
I'm talking AFC, dude.
Oh, that's right. We're
okay,
talking
can
AFC.
you?
I lost track for a
It's
minute.
like saying, we're like right now ranking. I don't know.
Quarterbacks.
No. I was gonna say, never mind. I'm not even gonna go there.
You're making an analogy.
I was gonna make an analogy, like if you're gonna do rank the best pop singers, you can't bring in a rapper or a country singer.
That's right.
Because they're not pop.
That's right.
All right, thank you. Now leave me alone.
No, that's a good point. No one in the AFC throws it better than Pat Mahomes. So he's number 1. Who's number 2?
Dude hosted four AFC championships games at Kansas City, took 2 of his teams to the Super Bowl, won it once. So, yes, he's number 1 for me.
But what about Alex Smith? Anyway, keep going.
Number 2, Do you think there's any, after what we saw Josh Allen do the last 2 years, you look how big his contract is there any way you don't put Josh Allen as number 2? Any way at all?
I mean, no. I like Russell Wilson, but I'm with you.
You like Russell? Okay, again. So you want a short dude with big hands, Sierra, 33 years old, has been to one Super Bowl when they weren't paying him anything, and again had more talent surrounding Russell Wilson than Tito Jackson did when he was singing with the Jackson 5.
The problem is when we get going on this, I'm starting to think of comparisons I can make to basketball, but that doesn't really work for this nature of our conversation.
And again, the point is,
I'm just too much of a hoops guy.
What has Russell Wilson done since he got actually paid?
Lost.
Except
he only loses by 7 or less, though.
Listen, he can cover all he wants.
Great teams win, John. Or good teams win, great teams cover. I think you can say the same thing about players. Good teams win, good players win, great players cover.
A lot of people, by the way, out there, this number 3, I don't understand. I know Joe Burrow went to the big one last year. I know Joe Burrow is awesome.
Joe Shiesty.
I love Joe Burrow. But did we forget about Justin Herbert?
It seems like it. Well, but Justin Herbert, John, they say that he only throws he's not accurate enough. He only throws the short ball really well.
You're joking.
He had actually less yards per attempt this past season than I believe Baker Mayfield did.
No. That was also Brandon Staley's issues last year. That wasn't Justin. At the beginning of the year, Justin Herbert wasn't even allowed to throw the ball deep downfield. They were trying to do a little dinking and dunking.
I'm just throwing stats out for you, John. Because I don't know the answers, so I'm just throwing out information so you can tell me what the answers are.
All right, so you want to talk stats, buddy?
I would love to.
All right, so Justin Herbert.
Love stats.
He's thrown for 8,340 yards in his first 2 years. He has 69 dead-gum touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. He also plays for that team called the Chargers.
The Chargers, that's right.
That's right, the Chargers. And he's turning them into – but Anthony Lynn was his coach the first year. Brandon Staley was his coach the second year. And like those guys are going out there and doing all kinds of things. Plus, not only did he have 69 touchdowns, he only threw 25 interceptions in his first 2 seasons. How many interceptions did Trevor Lawrence throw last year?
A lot.
Look that up. How many interceptions did Peyton Manning throw in his first season? Look that up. I'm going to give you some work today. What I'm saying is Justin Herbert is number 3. Number 4 right now, can't believe I'm going to do this, but I would have to say Russell Wilson is probably the 4th best quarterback, but a lot of it also has to do with this. Look at the talent surrounding him in Denver. They can run it. They can throw it. They can play defense. They can get the quarterback. They got defensive backs. They got linebackers. They got everything you need. Plus, they play in Denver, man.
That's right.
Pod friendly. You got to rank him ahead of Cincinnati. There's nothing to do in Cincinnati. Just ask Joe Burrow, who is at number 5. I love Joe Burrow. I think he's young. I think he's awesome. Russell Wilson, I'm not sitting there saying that it's a guarantee that he is better right now than Joe Burrow. I'm not saying Joe Burrow won't pass him in the future. I'm talking about going into next season. And I'm also kind of talking about I trust the Denver Broncos being able to make a little bit of a run, a little bit more than I do the Cincinnati Bengals this year. I know that sounds crazy to you, but it's not like they had a bye. They played in the wild card. You know, Cincinnati's a good football team. Are they going to be able to repeat? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, that AFC is just a beast, man.
So recap your top 5 for me, John.
Patrick Mahomes is 1, Josh Allen 2, Justin Herbert 3, Russell Wilson 4, Joe Burrow is number 5. And also,
so you're outside looking in.
The last thing that I did, by the way,
Lamar.
The Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow, about moving them up or down.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow has 9-inch hands. Russell Wilson has 10 and a quarter hands.
So the hand
So
size
I'm going
is a big
with
factor.
R-Dub, okay?
Well, so if let's go through your outside looking in now.
They both played in the Super Bowl, and they both lost one, but R-Dub does have a win, even though he was like Tito Jackson when he was singing with the Jackson 5.
2 guys in your outside looking in. Lamar Jackson and Derek Carr.
No. You think it's Derek Carr?
No, I'm just naming the players that would be on your OLI, your outside looking in.
My outside looking in.
It would have to be those 2 guys, wouldn't it? Or Davis Mills. Ryan
I was going to
Fitzpatrick.
say Lamar Jackson, and I can't believe it.
Derek Carr.
I got to say Derek Carr.
You got to.
Like,
Who else
there's
would it
not
be?
even a question. Because right now, Deshaun Watson's not going to be playing for Houston. Davis Mills isn't it. Zach Wilson's not it.
Davis Mills isn't it.
Mac Jones is definitely not the business. He's mac and cheese. And then, let's be real, Tua Tagovailoa in Miami, nobody believes him. Ryan Tannehill threw 3 interceptions in the playoff game at home last year against Joe Burrow, even though his defense had 9 sacks. Baker Mayfield's trash. Who's going to be the starting quarterback in Pittsburgh? Derek Carr's the 7th best quarterback in the AFC. On the other side, we're going to talk NFC, and oh my goodness.
Syracuse is up 21.
Thanks for that wonderful in play. And thanks for the heads up right before break. You know, you could have told me so I'd be in a great mood going to break.
22 points.
That's Jay Morgan. We're losing money on a beautiful Wednesday.
Unless
it's a
we
hump
double
day.
down.
But remember, if life hands you lemons, just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. On the other side, we're talking about the NFC. And, man, the NFC is weak sauce. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
The all-new Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Brought to you by Action 24/7, James Gaddis Jewelers, and Acura of Memphis. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, if you're hungry for great Mexican food for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, got it. La Guadalupana. Guadalupana. Choose from tacos, burritos, enchiladas, sizzling shrimp, beef, or chicken fajitas, and even a Cuban sandwich filled with Mexican sauces, chicken, ham, steak, jalapenos, avocado, and more. How about super nachos topped with melted cheese, beans, sour cream, guacamole, tomato, and jalapenos? All great with nice cold beer, domestic and imported. Good prices, generous portions, great service at 2 locations, Summer Avenue and Cordova Road. La Guadalupana.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
So yeah, I used the savings from switching to Progressive 50 years ago to finally buy my dream car. It's a self-driving flying car, but we just say self-flying now. You know, because it's the future, and cars fly in the future.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Get in the game, Mid-South. Coach Colin
and Coach Hunter here from DeSoto Auto Sales.
We're maniacs for all this madness.
But if we're going to catch all these games, we need your help.
So we cooked up a 3-point plan to help you rebound from your old ride.
1.
Pick any nicer, newer car on the lot.
2.
Pass us your old ride.
3.
We'll come in with the assist.
And give you up to $3,000 more than Kelley Blue Book value.
Based on the price of the car you pick.
So if your old rod makes you feel second string,
it's time for a rebound.
Because you could get up to $3,000 more than it's worth.
Worried about fouls on your credit report?
Our For the People credit approval process is a slam dunk.
But hurry.
This deal's done at the buzzer.
I'm Colin.
And I'm Hunter, and we're your dealers.
For the people. See all the cars at DeSotoAutoSales.com.
That's DeSotoAutoSales.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Kelley Blue Book is a registered trademark of the Kelley Blue Book Company Incorporated, which is not affiliated with DeSoto Auto Sales. Offer absolutely ends March 31st, 2022.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Memphis's only Top Golf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen Small Bites. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
If my words did glow
with the gold of sunshine, and my tunes were played on the harp unstrung. Would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold?
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is in the house. And holy cow, we've been talking a lot about quarterbacks today. Reason, a lot of news. We had, of course, Russell Wilson is now a Denver Bronco. Russell Wilson is now a Bronco. The Seahawks got back Noah Fant. They got back Drew Lock, 2 number 1s, and then some other throw-in. Denver Bronco got R-dub. AFC is deep. Look at the quarterbacks over in the AFC. You have Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Good teams. Look over in the NFC. NFC broke the bank yesterday for Aaron Rodgers. And I understand why you pay a supremely talented quarterback all that money, because he's like Michael Jackson. He's going to go out there and win you a Grammy. Maybe he's going to get you to the big dance. He gets you to the postseason and a first-round bye every year and home field advantage. Hasn't been back to the big dance in a long time, but hey, still got time. They broke the bank for him. We'll see what happens. They got Devontae Adams. They put him on the franchise tag. So a lot of news out there when it comes to quarterbacks. Also, speaking of quarterbacks, real quick before I get there, you saw that my man Jarvis Landry, 5-year, $87.5 million deal to go to the Titans. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
That's pretty good. And did you see that Justin Herbert, who we gave a lot of love to, they agreed to a 3-year, $60 million deal with his big boy wide receiver, Mike Williams. So a couple quarterbacks getting to keep their guys. Now, ranking the NFC is not easy. It is extremely difficult. It's easy at the top. In the NFC, it's simple. 1, Aaron Rodgers. 2, Matt Stafford. That's pretty simple, isn't it?
Simple enough to me.
3 kind of gets a little bit easier because you look around and you look around and you look around and you look around and you're like, I guess Dak's the third best quarterback. I mean, he's completed basically about 69% of his passes.
Nice.
Had 4,449 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 picks. They finished with a 12-5 record last year. Dak is going to have another great season, even if Amari Cooper probably leaves. But he's got to be number 3. This is where things get extremely weird. This was hard for me to do. You know, I rip him a lot. Kirk Cousins is the 4th best quarterback in the NFC. Kurt Cousins. Kurt. Captain Kurt. Not Kirk. It is Kirk Cousins. It's K-I-R-K.
Yeah.
But do you not understand that?
No, Captain Kurt.
No, but you got to get it. Like, you can't really call him Kirk.
Right.
Because, I mean, who really likes Kirk Cousins?
Exactly.
Washington didn't like him when they had him.
Seems like strong
Minnesota's been pretty miserable since they've had him. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, we're really kind of good sometimes. And this is what's even sad. You know who number 5 is?
Who?
The one who is very, very upset. The one they call the selfish one. He hails from Texas. Cliff Kingsbury's own Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's got to be the 5th best quarterback, right?
Sure.
So, who you got at number 6?
I don't know. To be honest, I have a lot going on over here.
Matt Ryan?
Maybe.
I mean, think about it. What is it, 14 years in the league? Matt Ryan is the 6th best quarterback in the NFC, and the Falcons are horrible.
Maybe.
NFC is up for grabs.
Wait, so recap your top 5 real quick.
I have Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, and Kyler Murray. Those are the top 5, and Matty Ice on the outside looking in.
OLI. I love a good OLI. So that means also on your OLI is, I don't really see a problem with anybody else. Danny Dimes is on your outside looking in.
Did you say Danny Dimes?
Danny Dimes.
Dude, they're trying to get Mitch Trubisky to replace
as a backup, John, as a backup. Don't get ahead of yourself.
All right, so are you going to put who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Saints? Who's going to be the starting quarterback for the 49ers?
A little guy named Jameis Winston, John. Ever heard of him? Famous Jameis?
All right, so Jared Goff in the Lions, Justin Fields for the Bears.
I think Jameis might be in my top 5.
Jalen Hurts for the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts is a bum.
Taylor Heineke for Washington.
Oh, I love Taylor Heineke.
Interesting.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. By the way,
Teddy
just
Two
so
Gloves.
you know, just so everybody knows, we're in-game gambling. We got a game starting in 2 minutes. T-minus 2 minutes. We're taking St. Joe's minus the 1.5. We're going to have to double up on this bet because my buddy Jay, that Florida State game looks like trash. They're down by 23 at the half, and we only got plus 7.5. So everybody, rock and fire. We're taking St. Joe's over LaSalle minus the 1.5. You know what else we're doing? I think you should take your partner to lunch. Maybe you got a good buddy at work right now, and you are thinking to yourself, what do you want to do for lunch break? How about you go to 5069 Sanderlin? It's at the Doubletree Hotel. That's where Erling Jensen's Small Bites is. Same great food from Erling Jensen. It's just in a little bit more laid-back atmosphere. Beautiful bar, big TVs for all your games. And by the way, we got basketball wall-to-wall all day long. So you can head over there and watch the basketball games. If you want to go over there and try Memphis's only Top Golf Swing Suite, head on over there too. Go play in the Players Championship coming up.
Yeah, $3 million payout.
And you know where that's played?
Florida.
TPC Sawgrass. Why don't you head over there and play Memphis's only Top Golf? Why don't you go play TPC Sawgrass? You can play all the great courses in a one-in-a-kind simulation bay. It is so fun. It's fun for golfers, non-golfers alike. Check them out. That's Memphis's only Top Golf, of course, in a swing suite. And it's at Erling Jensen's Small Bites at 5069 Sanderlin Road. Give them a call, 901-58-SWING. That's 901-58-SWING, and book your suite today. On the other side, we got Hardwood and NBA with Anthony Sain. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Belly Acres' motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a